Unity Platform Party, NUP, lacks internal mechanism for conflict resolution. Mpuga's remarks follow a month of allegations against him by the NUP party over illicit money. Mpuga, among others, claimed nepotism in NUP, vowing to institutional reforms to strengthen the party. Last week, UBC engaged different political analysts who questioned the codes of behavior of political parties in Uganda. As Dan Mugoya reports, MP Mpuga has reiterated his position of not leaving NUP party, but at the same time maintaining the position of the parliamentary commissioner.
After close to a month, the Nyendo Mukungwe Member of Parliament, Mathias Mpuga, has yet made a public appearance to respond to the allegations of gross abuse of public funds, which has put his image in the public eye.
I believe there is no amount of disagreement that cannot be resolved with commitment and goodwill.
Mpuga was last hosted on a local radio station where he responded to the claims, which were as a result of a disguised parliament exhibition.
I affirm the fact that I confess no wrongdoing, whether in law or a mentally common sense.
Mpuga claims the motives of the allegations are limited to defaming him for political security and waters down the use of social media to provide financial accountability.
In the current circumstances, it's not difficult to tell that the objective was never on accountability.
Mpuga says the public has failed to take their eyes off the claims despite the illegalities used to front the matter.
Our ambitions must run away from individuals to managing, running and buttressing the organization.
MP Mpuga admitted to have shared funds under a dubbed service reward, but faulted the National Unity Party for the poor handling of the matter, which, according to Mpuga, exposes the capacity of NUP to effect solutions to political and social challenges the country is facing.
We must regain public confidence as NUP and as the opposition, trust and demonstrate that we are worthy the people's support.
Mpuga, who has vowed not to leave the NUP party, wants to institute internal party reforms, which he claims will make NUP party a credible and competent government in waiting. This, according to Mpuga, will help to formulate internal mechanisms for conflict resolution.
By the end of the planned NUP reform process that I have pledged, arbitrary, opportunist and deviant work methods, lack of internal conflict resolution mechanisms, nepotism, corruption, greed and abuse of office, including extortion and blackmail, will be a thing of the past.
Last week, several political analysts who talked to UBC shared the challenges of lack of formulated principles which can be sanctioned to address political corruption among institutions in Uganda.
This has to be changed. And political leadership in this country, both in political parties and elsewhere, should make sure that we develop norms of behavior or codes of behavior commensurate with principal values of this country.
Mpuga's press conference held at Parliament of Uganda cements a stalemate position as the three-time Member of Parliament threatens not to give up the position of the Parliamentary Commissioner as requested by the NUP party.
I will be unveiling to the public what next in the coming weeks, and I will share with the NUP membership and changing forces.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Meanwhile, Minister for Finance and Urban Development, Matia Kasaija, has issued a warning against equipment misuse and corruption within Uganda's Ministry of Health. Kasaija made the remarks during the signing ceremony for an exchange of notes with Japan to support the health project worth 941 million Japanese yen, which will provide essential equipment to boost healthcare services in the country.
Minister Kasaija's warning comes as a reminder to the importance of transparency and accountability in the utilization of resources within the health sector.
Kasaija Matia has been meeting people from Japan who have gracefully wanted to help us to get equipment for Soroti and and Ginger. That he will be a very, very, very discouraged man. He will be a very. If I'm still around, I will be very tough with the staff who will play with these machines or equipment. They must remain for the life that the manufacturer have designed them.
Kasaija echoed for better service delivery in the health sector in line with the NRM manifesto.
Our health sector system faces daunting challenges. I often tell my colleague, the minister, if I had to rank the importance of sectors, health should be the first one. Without health, there is nothing. I tell you, my colleague Jane, at the beginning of birth, it is health.
A representative from Japan government urged government to enhance Uganda's health sector through infrastructure and equipment provisions.
This signed project for the improvement of medical equipment at RRHs aims to improve infrastructure in Jinja RRH and Soroti RRH.
The signed exchange of notes aims at benefiting regional referral hospitals in Soroti and Jinja, as well as boost the health care system in the country.
This new project is indeed born out of the need for integrating the service delivery through health infrastructure development at Jinja and Soroti regional referral hospitals, where healthcare service delivery has been compromised for years due to obsolete medical equipment.
The Undersecretary at the Ministry of Health, Kenneth Akili, outlined plans to utilize the provided equipment effectively.
This points to sustainability. They don't bring resources and put there and walk away. They want to equip us with skills to be able to manage some of this equipment that they are funding us to have in these regional referral facilities.
The exchange of notes is an effort between Uganda and Japan to address healthcare challenges and enhance service delivery. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Meanwhile, government has announced that the compensation of affected persons in the construction of the Kampala-Jinja Expressway is in advanced stages despite a few pending challenges. Executive Director, Uganda National Roads Authority, UNRA, Alan Kajina, says once the compensation is done, government will embark on the flagship of the project and construction. Uganda government on 16th of March signed a $229.5 million financing agreement with the African Development Bank in the latest effort to raise money for the Kampala-Jinja Expressway.
The increasing traffic congestion on Kampala-Mukono-Jinja highway is affecting timely travels and delays of goods and services. As a result, access roads like the Northern Bypass and Kampala Bypass have all turned out to be impassable at the peak hours. However, players in the road construction sector say the flagship and completion of the Jinja Expressway will be an alternative solution to the traffic jam affecting the easy flow of goods and services in Kampala.
Northern Bypass is not going to be enough to carry the traffic that we have in Kampala. So there is a program for another ring around the Kampala called the Kampala Outer Belt, which is one of the pipeline projects that are under preparation right now so that we can take as much traffic out of the city. Because one of the problems why Kampala is not moving is because it's all the roads are concentrated in one place.
The Executive Director of UNRA, Alan Kajana, says compensation exercise of affected persons is yet to commence.
Southern Bypass is off Munyonyo Spa. You know where Munyonyo Spa is? That and Kampala to Namataba, I think, is phase 1. So that's how we'll begin. Then phase 2 will be Namataba to Jinja. So we are buying land in those phases. We have not finished. We have encountered some few land disputes. We've encountered settlements like in Kasokoso, which is a little bit complicated because of ownership of land and people who have settled there for years.
However, other factors affecting the start of the project remain pending.
They're more with having adequate resources, for example, to acquire land at the time that you should acquire it, or even being able to pay off the certificates of the contractors, and then a very long procurement process.
So the delay is associated with what goes into getting that bigger project done. I mean, just imagine yourself, if I give you 10 million shillings and say, invest it, you'll think and sleep over it. Imagine $1 billion. So you have to do a lot of work to make sure that this project gets ready. So we are ready.
People who are industry experts, who are knowledgeable about the sectors, because there's a lot that is possible, whereas we have a lot of challenges within the infrastructure space. I mean, there are also quite a number of solutions and experiences that other countries have used to actually turn these challenges into opportunities.
The Uganda government on March 16th signed a US $229.5 million financing agreement with the African Development Bank in the latest effort to raise money for the Kampala-Jinja Expressway. The Kampala-Jinja Expressway is being hyped as a highway that will cure the traffic jam nightmare between two of Uganda's most important cities, the capital Kampala and Jinja, about 80-kilometers away in eastern Uganda. It is expected to boost local industries and districts along its route like Wakiso, Mukono, Buyikwe, Lugazi and Jinja. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC News.
And now in the 2023 Tourism Performance Report, the 2023 Tourism Performance Report indicates Uganda's significant strides in collecting foreign exchange remittance, standing at $1.025 billion in 2023 compared to $0.736 million last financial year. Stakeholders say Uganda can perform much better if local tourism is boosted and infrastructure developed.
The Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities has released the 2023 Tourism Performance Report with significant strides in the increase of international tourism recipient of up to 56%, contributing to $1.025 billion increase from $0.736 billion in 2022, representing 11% of the total exports of service in 2023. Speaking at the event, the Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, retired Major Tom Butime, stressed the need to boost local tourism and improve the infrastructure development for the sector.
I'm glad that domestic tourism has improved. I cannot say thank COVID, but actually domestic tourism improved because Ugandans had nowhere to go. So they now had to resort to their own country, isn't it? And start touring, isn't it? In the West and in Namugongo itself, so that Congolese, Kenyans and Rwandese and Tanzanians don't really have to buy tickets to fly here. They just drive here, enjoy themselves.
In the report, national parks received most visits with an increase of 5.4%, with the Eastern region receiving the highest number of occupancy levels for 63% in the country.
In 2023, Uganda demonstrated a remarkable resilience in tourism in 2023. And as a result, we saw international arrivals increasing from 814,000 in 2022 to 1,274,210. Isn't this a good thing for us? So we can see that we moved from about 470,000 that was recorded in 2020, and now we are close to recovery. And when we look at the recovery percentage, we see that in 2023, international tourism reached 82.6% of the 2019 tourism levels.
Uganda received the highest number of tourists from African continent compared to any other continent, with Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania and Eritrea topping the list for Uganda's source market.
Seen that the growth that was registered in 2023 was actually largely driven by arrivals from mainland Africa. Africa has been our source region for a very long time, and these 2023 results show that the increase has been driven by mainland Africa and growth of traditional overseas source markets of USA, UK and India.
Uganda's tourism sector plays a critical role in the country's economy, with the 2022 report indicating 2.5% contribution of the country's total GDP. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
And researchers under the Network for Education and Multidisciplinary Research Africa have called for the need to enhance research funding by government to help them address societal problems. This was during the opening of the first annual conference of the network at Makerere University.
Research is a fundamental driving force behind the advancement of knowledge aimed at uncovering new insights and solving societal challenges. However, researchers say government is hesitant to facilitate researchers in their journey.
Because very few people in the world want to fund research. Why? Because they are looking at other business. Let me tell you before I go into what I wanted to say. Research is business number one. Because without research, what the chairman here was saying, it cannot take place. People are talking about policies. If you don't have research, you can't have policies.
During the commemoration of the first annual conference of the Network for Education and Multidisciplinary Research Africa, researchers have been employed to be effective while carrying out research to specifically target issues affecting communities.
It helps you understand the needs of the community. What I'm saying is, oh, you know these things, but it's just emphasis. Why do we focus on research? The president knows the problems of this country, but he needs research so that you actually confirm to him that this is actually needed. And it also helps you to bring the activities on the table and then find solutions.
There's a very huge demand for research outputs, especially in terms of community development and actually our government development strategies, such as Vision 2040. And of course, at the moment we are going through in 3.
Research, if well conducted, can help contribute to policy where recommendations can guide policy makers.
It's meant to bring together different people or different players in the areas of research to be able to generate and produce quality research that will bring forward societal transformation. It is important to note that research has been undertaken. As you've seen, we've had a period of 5 years. And so, the fact that research has been undertaken, we need to ensure that the research findings are disseminated and shared for policy formulation.
However, there is still a need to build a system and structure for formidable research uptake network. This is possible if we all bring together our different endowments towards building this network that will change the face of doing research in Uganda, Africa, and beyond.
Irene Faith Nantongo, Mary Namukose, UBC News.
And Dr. Kenneth Omona Olusegun has today officially handed over office to the new Principal Private Secretary, BPS, to His Excellency the President. Ms. Gloria Asio Maswa. Dr. Omona was appointed Minister of State for Northern Uganda by President Museveni in a cabinet reshuffle he made last week, where he also appointed Ms. Asio as the new PPS.
The handover ceremony took place at the office of the President in Kampala. The Secretary to the Office of the President, Hajunis Kakande, who represented the Minister for Presidency, Honorable Babirye Babalanda, thanked Dr. Mona for the job well done. Haj Kakande said Dr. Mona was lucky because he has been able to get another appointment from President Museveni, describing it as a vote of confidence by the President to his former PPS.
I would like also to congratulate Dr. Mona for the elevation he has got to become a minister. From a level of a permanent secretary to a level of a minister, and having worked closely with the president, that means that he has faith and trust in you.
Kakande also advised the new PPS to have empathy for Ugandans and put emphasis on teamwork, saying that once she does that, her work will be executed very easily.
You'll find many groups, those one who are even peasants, want to associate with him. And you as a PPS, you have to contain all these, flowing from the big person to the lowest in this country. And apparently the president who happens to know everybody in this country, wherever he goes, he knows people he finds there. So I also urge you that treat those people who knows him there, as Madam said, that have empathy. You have empathy on them and building a very strong teamwork, then I don't see you failing in the State House.
The head of public service and secretary to cabinet, Ms. Lucy Nachobe, commended Dr. Mona for his unwavering dedication, commitment, and exemplary service to His Excellency the President.
My warmest congratulations to him upon the milestone that he has just achieved of being appointed a minister in this government. I pray that the good Lord continues to guide you in your new assignment, Doctor. In that same vein, I want to take this opportunity to thank the President for appreciating your work and elevating you to that position.
The State House Comptroller, Ms. Jane Bareche, also thanked Dr. Mona for his dedicated service to the President and Uganda as a whole, and assured the new PPS of support to continuously improve State House and deliver on their mission.
Welcome to State House. You will find a good team of hardworking men and women who will be that will be loyal to you and help you to deliver results. We are excited that you are here and we look forward to working with you. We know that you bring in new skills, new experiences, and a fresh perspective to this office that will benefit the President and all of us.
On her part, Ms. Omaswa thanked God and President Museveni for giving her an opportunity to serve Uganda through her new appointment.
Thank the President of our nation, His Excellency, for giving me the opportunity to serve this country and to move it forward.
Dr. Mona also thanked President Museveni for giving him an opportunity to serve him for the last 4 years as the PPS.
I pledge to continue being your ambassador out there, and I want to pledge to continue working with you.
Justin Nakami, UBC News.
God.
Sent transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Have you packed? Marvin's Harbour
Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Are you planning or in the process of traveling abroad for work? Using irregular channels to find and travel for work abroad often seems cheaper and faster, but you risk being trafficked, mistreated, or forced to do work you did not agree to. Using proper channels is safer, offers more protection, and better access to support services when problems arise. Do not be deceived. Choose the proper channels. Always verify all information before traveling abroad for work by contacting the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, your local district labour office or DSOS office. You can also visit EEMIS website on eemis.mglsd.go.ug. This message is brought to you by the International Labour Organization with support from the Government of Switzerland.
Busitema University informs the general public and all its students who qualified for conferment of degrees and award of diplomas and certificates that the university will hold its 14th graduation ceremony on Thursday, 28th March 2024. The function will start at 8 a.m. at Busitema campus in Busia district. The provisional graduation list is available on the university website www.busitema.ac.ug. This graduation ceremony will be broadcast live on UBC TV starting at 10 a.m.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Electricity Regulatory Authority (ERA) has partnered with GIZ towards the transformation from fossil to clean energy. The collaboration is to ensure the compatibility of mini grids with the main grids for reliable and sustainable electricity.
This partnership between Electricity Regulatory Authority and GIZ is focused on fostering progress in the electricity supply industry by ensuring the transmission and distribution of electricity to remote areas.
But also through setting targets that incentivize the utilities to be able to operate in a more efficient way. So the National Cost of Service study goes a long way to inform the regulatory climate, but also the decisions that the regulator, the authority, makes, and some of these decisions is to determine the price of the electricity that the end user consumer pays. So that is another area that we are collaborating. The other one is putting in place a regulatory framework for the EV, the electric vehicles and the electric bikes.
These two organizations intend to harness synergies in complementing energy supply with mini-grids and main grids. This will facilitate sustainable energy policies and regulations.
With the integration of mini-grids and main grid, we are able to deliver a sustained, reliable supply that is conducive for industrial growth. Mini-grids are small in nature, and because they are small, they lack economies of scale. And yet some of the processes that you have to undertake to be able to install a mini-grid are the same as a big hydro or a main grid.
Modernizing regulatory frameworks to accommodate emerging technologies and industry trends, especially e-transportation, is one of the key objectives that foster this collaboration in order to solve e-mobility challenges.
Particularly in the transport sector, it can make your unique selling point of being able to produce green energy work also for your transport sector. And that's where we'd like to hope. How can the regulatory authority make it more affordable to put EVs and bodas onto the streets?
Putting in place a regulatory framework for the EV, the electric vehicles and the electric bikes, to ensure that we are, as a country, promoting the use of e-transportation, moving away from fossil, that has a bigger impact on the climate change, to now using the electricity, which we shall have shortly in abundance with the commissioning of the Karuma hydropower project.
Other commitments of the partnership include productive use of electricity in off-grid systems, competitiveness of commercial and industrial off-grid installations, and capacity building of ERA staff. Patricia Nandago and Abdul Nasir Luwama reporting for UBC.
And the National Agricultural Advisory Service wants farmers to grow Hass avocado and other high-value crops. The head of communications, NADS, Hadija Nakande, says through promotion of commercial farming, NADS supports all farmers willing to grow high-value crops.
Volio Avocado Oil Processing Factory, located in Namave, started in 2019, is the biggest avocado oil processing factory in Uganda. Volio uses indigenous avocado to extract oil and also make other items like soap from the byproducts.
When we started, we created a big market for avocados, and now there are 4 other factories.
The avocado fruits used in this factory are the indigenous type locally grown in Uganda and collected from across the country from different farmers and suppliers. The fruits used to process the oil are only those that are organically grown and free of pesticides.
Farmer that has fruits that they want to sell us, we just tell them, give us samples, we'll test them for free.
To ensure quality of the fruits, the factory allowed farmers to decide on the price to motivate them to supply mature fruits. Hassan Al Kailan is the managing partner of Volio Industries Limited.
For the fruits we buy is determined by the dry matter content of the fruit, and this is the method used internationally to determine the quality of the fruit.
With the capacity to process about 160 kilograms of avocado in a day, the factory is currently operating at half capacity due to limited supply.
Our capacity now is 160 metric tons of avocado fruits every day. We are currently running at half capacity. We're currently processing 80 tons every day.
In 2022, government through NADS embarked on promoting growing of the 5 high-value crops through financial support and provision of seedlings to farmers.
As I speak, we have distributed over 620,000 seedlings of Hass avocado to our farmers, and that actually translates into around 3,900 acres of Hass avocado. So in addition to what we already had, the 3,300, we are talking about over 7,000 acres of Hass avocado that we have established in a country.
The feasibility started with the already existing farmers who were already growing Hass avocado in the over 3,500 acres. The high-value crops that include Hass avocado, macadamia nut, cashew nuts, among others, were introduced to promote commercial agriculture, increase export, and also feed the available factories.
Of course, as a country, our number one priority is selling the fresh fruits, because that is where a farmer fetches more money compared to the grade B, which is for extraction of oil.
NADS anticipates an increase in acreage of Hass avocado growing to about 5 million acres across the country in the next 5 years. The other target is to increase the export of Hass avocado to the Arab world, Europe, and other African countries. Hass avocado has high oil content and diverse advantages of its byproducts. NADS has 7 nursery beds of Hass avocado in the districts of Mayuge, Mpiji, Chenjojo, Kamwenge, among others. Susan Naonga reporting for EBC TV.
And learners from different schools in Napak district trek more than 2 kilometers to search for water. Teachers and learners have resorted to putting classes on hold as they trek long journeys in search for water under the scorching sun and the current heatwave. According to teachers and Napak district officials, they lack funds to repair the school's water system.
This is Lokoid Cordio Primary School in Ingoriet Sub-County, Napak District. It's class time, but some learners are lining up on the water source at school while others start the 5 kilometers journey to look for water. According to the teachers, they have to go for water between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the evening.
To be all the cloudy days when the water was could stop, the system could stop pumping. But now, the beginning of this year, it could reach now about 11 a.m. before the water begins. At around 11, midday, then up to 3, like this. But when it reaches 4, when the sunshine becomes minimal, the system stops pumping.
There is no way that they can access water easily till they have to wait for some good time when the sun is overheating, and you find that so little water comes out of this pipe.
But at times they have to stay there longer due to the strong winds which affect the water flow.
When the wind comes with a lot of force, so you find that those funnels also cools them, or the wind cools the funnels, and now also lowers it, hence lowering the pressure, because now it will be affecting the water source.
At 2:30 p.m., Ruth Akelo, a teacher, was supposed to be in class, but she had to first look for water.
As a teacher, as you can see now, I'm going to look for water for my use in the house. So I have also sometimes, of course, if there is no water, I don't have to settle in the classes since I don't have water.
At Lodoi Primary School, the situation is not any different. Learners have to walk to the nearest borehole. Learners and teachers narrate challenges faced while looking for water.
In the dormitory, I bathe, then I go now late to class.
Sometimes when we come out to fetch water, we even miss lessons.
Monitor will sometimes attack these girls here, asking for something like, how are you? Those things of love messages. So they pass those love messages to the girl child.
They will chase you, and then you run.
For bathing. And you know, a girl child, we have both young and small big girls, and it is even worse when they are in their periods.
According to Napak District Education Officer Joyce Nakoya, most schools in Napak face similar challenges during the dry spell.
The table is low, it's not easy for us to have water, and that's why you see we opted for a solar pumped water system in most of our schools. Unfortunately, the issue of maintenance, operation and maintenance of these water solar systems is becoming an issue, and that's why you see almost all through the schools that you reach, you meet children carrying jerry cans, taking water to school, looking for water within the community so that they can have the water.
Relatedly, Napak district officials decry limited funding. More than 7 schools in Napak district face water scarcity.
There are some schools that cannot, even if they drill a borehole decanter, they can't reach a water source. So for them to have water, it has to be pumped from a certain long distance to school.
Brian Tumwinebiaruhanga, Moriniga, UBC News.
And Minister for Defence and Veteran Affairs, Jacob Oboth has appealed to the Parliamentary Committee on Defence and Internal Affairs to engage Ministry of Finance to release money for salary enhancements for retiring officers. While presenting their ministerial policy statement on the budget co-curricular paper for the financial year 2024-25, Oboth said the ministry has a shortfall of 962 billion shillings in the area of wages.
Officials from the Ministry of Defence and Veteran Affairs have appeared before the Committee on Defence to present their ministerial policy statement for the financial year 2023-2024 and budget co-circular for 2024-2025. The ministry has been allocated 3.8 trillion shillings of the total amount required of 7.8 trillion, leaving a shortfall of 4 trillion shillings. While presenting the ministerial statement to members of the committee, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defence, Rosette Biengoma, said their budget estimate on wage is 1.5 trillion shillings without salary enhancement, which she says is inadequate.
But because this is this year's budget on wage, so we are assuming that we are not going to recruit, which is impossible. Therefore, we have the details on the side of how much we would need, like for recruitment, how much we would need for enhancement, and this comes actually to 962 billion shillings shortfall in that specific area.
The ministry in the area of pension and gratuity spent 90.9% of the total sum given. This low spending is attributed to pending retirees. The Minister for Defence, Jacob Oboth, says they are retaining a huge number of officers whose retirement is due, but their retirement remains pending due to inadequate finances for their retirement packages.
You can help us with the Minister of Finance to find this as a priority number one here and put this money for us in this next financial year ago when Cabinet sat. A new decision was made directing finance and public service to leave all other things and give this salary enhancement. So I want
the issue of spending money on Uganda air cargo by UPDF was another matter of contention. Audited reports indicate that 400 million was spent every month on chartered air cargo. However, the Defence Minister Oboth said government is yet to learn how to do business.
400 million on charter, because these are like 2 rotational trips. Yes. And so times 12, that is about 4.8 billion.
Okay. How much would the general require? Would tell us, if you give me this, I would be able to provide this or to generate this.
To have your own aircraft that you can charter it. Yes or no? Positive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable.
Learn how to do business. And as a ministry, we've exposed to you that we spent 4.8 billion. And if you look at it in 10 years, the cost of acquiring your own aircraft would be cheaper than hiring.
The report faults the ministry for not prioritizing research and development contrary to our worldwide practice of military.
As underfunded sometimes, but maybe it also shows the way you come out with it. It's like you are shy about it. It's like you are not bold. It should be your top priority. And this is not something that you should budget as classified. No. In other jurisdictions, research and development comes after
human research involvement. Top.
Ministry is coming up with a policy. I think we're doing firefighting, but now we discovered that we have to develop a policy on research and development, and this, when it's completed, we shall be more institutionalized.
Another area of concern was the constant allocation of 54 billion shillings to Air Force. I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwetabinji in Kampala.
With that, we take a quick break. When we return, business news. This is News Tonight.
Sent transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Attention everyone, the Ministry of Health has planned to vaccinate all persons aged 1 year to 60 years old to protect them against yellow fever disease. The mass vaccination will take place in 53 districts in these regions: Kampala, Buganda, Teso, Ankole and Karamoja. Vaccination is free and available at all government health facilities and outreach posts in these regions. The vaccination campaign will take place from April 2nd to April 8th, 2024. The vaccine is safe, effective and free of charge and has been approved by World Health Organization and Ministry of Health. This message is from Ministry of Health with support from Gavi.
TB kills approximately 30 people daily, and 247 Ugandans fall ill of TB disease every day. TB has killed dreams and families. We all deserve a chance in life to hustle, smile. We all deserve a chance to dream and be the best version of ourselves. It is preventable and curable. Know your status. TB testing, treatment, and all TB-related services are free in all government hospitals and accredited private health centers.
The second edition of the Lakoba Marathon is here. With the theme, consolidating the gains in reawakening traditional schools in northern Uganda through sports. The marathon takes place on Saturday, the 30th of March 2024, starting from St. Joseph's College, Laibi, at exactly 7 a.m. For more information, call the number 0779 026710. The Lakoba Marathon, 2 years and growing stronger.
The hope of the people, future of Uganda, long live Laibi forever.
And now in business, EcoBank Uganda has launched a premier banking service, a top-range product and elite offering designed to cater for modern customers' unique needs. According to Grace Mulisa, Managing Director, EcoBank, the premier banking proposition is designed to revolutionize family businesses and lifestyles.
Uganda's banking industry has grown greatly over the last 2 decades. However, with the recent announcement of the country being elevated to the lower middle income status, the industry players have more expectation. Grace Mulisa, the Managing Director, EcoBank Uganda, made this revelation.
I think as a country, we've just been upgraded into lower middle income status, and that's really big for us. It simply means that today, so many Ugandans actually requires support when it comes to financial matters. And that's where they are in terms of stage of life. That we will advise them when it comes to financial matters, that we will educate them, and we will walk that journey beyond this stage of their lifestyle to the next stage and the next stage.
To keep up with elite customer preferences and the changing banking trends, EcoBank Uganda has launched a premier banking service. The new product represents the Pan-African Bank's commitment to excellence, offering a banking experience tailored to the unique needs of the clients.
We are doing this so that we can be able to give an opportunity for our customers to be able to use their time to do other things that are of value to them, and also to trust us with a way that we can make their lives in a better way. EcoBank Uganda, being part of the bank group of EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, as our customers, we commit to you that we are going to work with you in this relationship across all our markets, and you are able to receive this premier banking service across any of our markets at any time.
At the event, graced by the Director's supervision at the Central Bank, Rhoda Ngonzi, EcoBank unveiled the Visa Infinite card, a seamlessly integrated card with the bank's offering.
Visa Infinite is at the apex of the Visa card range, with a host of benefits which include lounge access, discount to hotels, concierge services, meet and assist, all these features that really befit the lifestyle of a premier banking client. We also did launch our Premier Center. We have refurbished our Premier Center here today, as you can see, looking very, very beautiful.
With advanced security features, Infinite Card unlocks numerous benefits such as exclusive discounts and cashback rewards, a proposition that goes beyond traditional financial services. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
And a demand-side result, best financing facility targeting the refugee population in northern Uganda and Chiriandongo district has been launched. Euro 3.2 million, 3.2 million euros renewable energy facility is targeting over 23,000 households and is being spearheaded by the private sector foundation with support from development partners.
Private Sector Foundation Uganda, in partnership with Energizing Development and funding from Netherlands Directorate General for International Cooperation, is implementing a demand-side result-based financing facility. The initiative targets refugees and host communities in northern Uganda and Chiriandongo district.
I would like to encourage the private sector here, those in the solar and clean cooking sectors, to seize the opportunity which is provided by this project. Seize it to establish a footprint in the sector.
Equitable access to energy aligns with the principles of social justice and human dignity. It reduces disparities and fosters more inclusive and resilient societies. Since 2005, the Netherlands is a proud co-financer of the Energizing Development, the NDEV program.
We have about 1.6 million refugees in this country. That makes up about 3.5% of our population. When you look also at the host communities, you can probably add the same number to that. So your target group is about 7% of this population.
According to the project implementing partners, they seek to bridge the end-user affordability gap for improved cook stoves and off-grid solar products in underserved refugee communities and their host districts. At the launch of the project in Kampala, Uganda was hailed for accommodating over 1.5 million refugees living in various settlements across the country. However, concerns were raised about their quality of life and the impact of the bulging refugee population to the environment.
The biggest challenge is the issue of energy. People need to eat food. So the first victim is our environment, trees, charcoal. And yet these people are herded in a small place. 1.7 million mouths to feed is a big challenge. So they exert a lot of pressure on our trees, on our, for energy purposes.
Refugee gazetted areas, you can see Chuandongo there, Bidi Rhino Camp, Imbepi, Palorinia, Germani, Lobule, Palabek. So just to highlight this, and of course we're also targeting the hosting districts.
Increasing energy access in last mile segments in Uganda has been a major challenge, more so to the refugee population who lack resources. Therefore, bridging affordability gap for end users is essential in enhancing the refugees' standards of living. Dennis Igor and Kansime Santina for UBC News.
And now in sports, close to 200 Uganda Rally fans have been plugged off to the magical Kenya Safari Rally that has started in Naivasha. Our reporter has the details.
Kenya's High Commissioner to Uganda, Major General George Owino, has flagged off rally fans to the 2024 Magical Kenya Safari Rally, which is to be hosted in Naivasha.
I think first and foremost, it's a good initiative to have Kenya Tourism Board working with the safari enthusiasts in Uganda. And it's exciting to see that our brothers and sisters from Uganda want to go and watch the World Class Rally. And that this is one of the beginning of this kind of cooperation in terms of tourism, which is really encouraging. And we hope this will continue.
For many years, Ugandan rally fans have watched the magical Kenya Safari Rally, which regained its World Rally Championship status in 2021 and brings together the best on the globe.
We are a group of rally fans who are driven by passion, safety and tourism. So we incorporate motorsport and tourism. So that's why we have to move regions. We go to Kenya, Rwanda. So this year, in conjunction with the Magic Kenya, we decided to go for the Safari Rally in style, just to show an impact. And we are about 180 fans who are dedicated to go and tour Kenya and also enjoy the sport, because this is the World Rally Championship.
This arrangement to have fans in Kenya is achieved in partnership with the Kenya Tourism Board, with the statistics indicating that more than 125,000 Ugandans visit Kenya annually.
We want to welcome Ugandans who have created time to visit magical Kenya at this time. We are very proud of you. It's been interesting. You can see we've branded a bus. This is magical Kenya. We want all of you to come and experience the magical that we have in Kenya.
This year is special to Ugandan fans because of Tanzanian Yasin Nasa, who on debut in a Fiesta car is co-driven by Ugandan Ali Katumba in the World Rally Championship too. This magical Kenya Safari Rally is the third event on the World Rally Championship calendar and will have just 29 crews, with 9 for the Rally 1 category, 14 in the Rally 2 category, 1 in the Rally 3 category and 5 in the Group N. The Kenya Safari Rally that officially starts on Thursday with a super special stage at the Kasarani Stadium is for 368 competitive kilometers, which is the longest since its return on the World Rally Championship calendar in 2021. Its various categories will have crews like Thierry Neuville, Olivia Solberg, Carl Tundo and Carl Rovenpera, and will climax on Easter Sunday with 46 kilometers across 6 sections.
And the Pepsi University Football League has witnessed the second semi-final first leg at Luzira. At Mutesa 1 Royal University, Katikiro Maiga has handed over trophies for the Magombolola.
Kampala University has hosted Nkumba University in the semi-final first leg of the Pepsi University Football League. The visitors in Nkumba University came out winners with a 1-0 victory, courtesy of a Tony Ndase own goal.
When you're playing away, there are certain things that you must put in mind. It was high pressing, and that's why they made a mistake and conceded.
The two will go again next week in the return leg at Nkumba University, with the hosts entering that with a vital away goal.
Combination play, the coordination, goalkeeper and a defender. Because as a defender, we are saying we are developing from behind, but we are saying when you are pressurized, you must go back. Give the goalkeeper but aside, not in the middle of the goal.
The other semi-final returns on Thursday with Uganda Christian University hosting Makerere University Business School in Mukono, with this tie level 1 all on aggregate. Elsewhere, Sese, Kabula Bulemezi, Mawokota and Gomba have been handed the trophies for the Magombola Buganda Sports Competition finals that are to be played from the 30th of March to 1st April. The trophies were handed over by the Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga at the Mutesa One Royal University as the 2024 Buganda Kingdom 2 days retreat was climaxing. Mawokota will play the Kaimak Cup finals, both football and netball, on Saturday 30th at Impiji Police Station grounds, while on Sunday 31st March Lumama Cup final will be played at Abachi Julula in Yantonde. Kitunzi Cup and Cargo finals will both be played on Monday 1st April. In Sese, Kweba Cup will climax on 28th March.
And today we've handed over the trophies for both football and netball to the county chiefs, such that the competition over the weekend is going to be very colorful for them. So we want to thank everyone who has contributed, and that will make it up to 7 counties, that is including Kabula and Mawokota, that have completed this competition.
Well, that does it for News Tonight for now. We do return at 10 o'clock with more details. Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi.